Okay. Video capture device down. Video capture device down. Audio input capture. Can you hear me? Alright. If, like I said, if you're watching, hopefully, I don't know if any audio was catching. My microphone wasn't plugged in, but the web cameras were turned up on volume. So I'm hoping that wasn't causing any problems. Alright, I'm gonna look at the instructions real quick. So, time required on this first part, it says 5 minutes. And so, it wants the aluminum frame, and so the Z-axis. And so I'm gonna grab that, pull it out. And so it says there is a sticker with the name of the printer in case of a text. Original Prusa i3 MK2. It says 2S, but we've got the, if your printer contains the original printer of Prusa i3 MK2, you can continue using this manual. Okay, so we're good. And so it points out all the required tools. And so I've already pulled those out. So we need to find our nuts, bolts, and all that fun stuff. So I'm pretty sure they're in that bag. And I guess I'll go ahead and find those. So it's labeled Y-axis, or axis, whatever. So this is E-axis, PSU and hub, spares, Z-axis, X-axis, very bottom. Y-axis. Alright. So, alright, got that. Going to be jumping back and forth between the computer and the drawing table. So, alright. Okay. Critical parts include spare backups, that's good. So, it says use of a label for reference, can do that. Spare bag, if need be. Hopefully we don't need spares, but it's always nice to have them. Okay. Now it looks like we're actually going to do stuff. So, if you're experiencing troubles with getting nuts into correct places, just follow these simple steps. Screw M3 nut a bit on some loose screw, or some long screw. M3 times 40 from extruder bag, works in most cases. Alright, we can view. You can click on this and view higher resolution images. And I'm sorry, I'm not switching back and forth. It seems like it might cause problems. But if anyone, like I said, if anyone wants, they're free to chime in, because this is new to me. And so, alright. So, I guess we need to go to the next step. And so this was just a introduction. And so we're going to start with Y-axis assembly. So get the necessary tools, the necessary 3D printed parts. So I do need the 3D printed parts. So I'm going to grab those. And And like I said before, I don't know if anyone heard me, but if my son wakes up, like I said, he's in the next room, these walls are thin, I gotta run. And so I'll have to go quickly. And so that's just letting you guys know. And so hopefully I'll have at least an hour in here, maybe more if I'm lucky. And so hopefully I can get the y-axis somewhat started at least. That would be good. And so and I'm sorry if I ramble, if anyone's even out there listening. But I'm going to try to keep talking throughout this and hopefully keep things interesting. If you want to know anything about me or just want to talk or say anything, please be my guest. And so, alright. And so we got our tools, we got our 3D printed parts. And so, alright, step 3. And so, it looks like we'll be putting it together now, which is good. And so, first little part. And so, and I don't think too many people are actually in right now, and my image is looking a little blurry. If anyone watching can bear with me, I'm going to try to focus this camera lens a little bit. It is not an autofocus. This is a cheapy web camera that is that any better? Let me look. Oh, that's better, isn't it? And so, alright. And so, and hopefully everything will be good to go now. Alright. And so, it says use M10 nuts, 14 pieces, M10 washers, 12 pieces, and M10 threaded rods. And so, 2 pieces. So, we're going to look for the M10 washers and M10 threaded rods. And so, we don't need these rods just yet. So, I am going to put them back in their case. And so, I imagine these cables here are for wire management. And so, which is, might print cable trains later on. I didn't get the orange when I ordered. They were out of stock. And so, okay. So I am going to start pulling stuff out, laying it out like so, just hopefully everything will go together good. And so, I have a little bit of anxiety being on camera, and so gonna hopefully everything will go well. And so, alright. And so, like I said, if y'all want, please say something so I don't screw up too badly. I'd like this to be as good of a printer as people say it is, and I really want to try to make this the best possible printer I can. And so, I've got a lot of cool things to print, and so my designs, and so I have a lot of product ideas too, and so it would be nice to have something that actually works. When I got my duplicator i3, I'm not knocking on it, okay? But when I got my duplicator i3, it came preloaded with problems. The first problem was it had a bent Z a threaded rod, and it took me forever to figure it out, and people said no, those typically aren't bent. Yeah, it was bent. That thing was terrible. And so I had to replace that. And I've had other issues too. So I've taken it somewhat apart. It's not like I've literally built it back, so I haven't built the thing from scratch. And so, but yeah, I've had my fair share of issues with the thing. And so we're going to pull out the fun bits. Zip ties galore. Oh man, how many zip ties can you put in a bag? I mean, I've heard there's a lot of zip ties. Here's the Y belt. That's thinner than I thought it would be. Wow. That is the Y belt, right? Let's see here. Trying to find the right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? And so some bearings, more zip ties, because apparently you can't have enough zip ties. And so, and guess what? I have backup zip ties if I need them. And so let's put those there. Alright. I'm going to look at the instructions again. I've got everything I need pulled out. And so, alright. And so, screw the nuts on and place washers, Y corners, and PSU Y parts on the threaded rods as shown in the picture. I'm going to have to enlarge this to get a better look. And so, let's see here. Those parts, that part. Alright. Okay. I'm sorry, I keep having to move this camera. You don't want to be looking at my belly as I build it, but I kind of want to keep some interaction with anyone who comes in. Alright, I've got a bigger picture of it now, so I'm gonna try to follow along through here. And so, looks like I want that and that. These two go on the end right there, and so each one on a separate end. And so, alright, I'm going to just take a real quick look, see if it slides through. Okay. It'll slide through all the way if I want it to. So these are what I want to have on the ends, it looks like. And so, right there, so it doesn't roll off the table. And so, take another look. I'm sorry, like I said, my first printer, and don't typically do live stuff, and so I'm hoping to do more live stuff in the future, but yeah, it's one of those things. All in time. I do much better with 3D stuff, designing and sculpting and that type of thing than I do traditional 3D stuff. I mean building stuff. So I am fairly technically minded, but screw the nuts on the, okay. What we want to do is start with some nuts, get those in, and so screw the nuts on and place washer, Y corners, and PSUY parts on the threaded rods as shown in the picture. So, alright. And so I am going to get a better look at that picture. And these are our nuts. One, two, three, four. What type of nuts did they ask for? Let's see here. Screw the nuts on, place Y corner PSU and 30 rods as shown. What type of washers do I want to put in between there? Alright. As shown in the picture. Alright. Yeah. And so, we're gonna just, I think these look like the larger washers, and so I'm gonna get these two on, and so trying to figure out where the camera is right through here. Just this way, otherwise goes. And so, because I'm pretty sure if I look at it, these other washers look smaller, so I think, whoa, I think these go on the smaller threaded rods right here. Okay, so pretty sure that's how it goes. And so, okay, looking at the picture, get these nuts on. You can just start with these. And I'm gonna get another nut on right here, just right through here. Alright, and it looks like it is supported with two nuts, and then you bring this nut down, and I'll measure this as I get it closer. I could mark it with chalk or a pencil or something, but we'll get it there. We'll get it set right. Oh wow. Maybe I should have started on the other end. Sorry. This is quality, just watching me screw something like so. shouldn't take forever. And trying not to get my thumb. If you look at it, you can see that big red spot. I had some fun the other day, so that kind of hurts. Alright, that's getting probably possibly past where it needs to be, but I've got my digital calipers right over there, so they're ready to go when I need them. And so that looks just about right for the picture. So, picture shows this pointing out like so, and so it looks like there's another nut right on the inside and another washer. And so put that washer there, put this nut here, and then I believe another washer and another nut holds this 3D printed part in place. And so I'm going to just screw it up a little, and I'm going to guess I'm right. If anyone knows that I am extremely wrong, please tell me, because you're kidding. I don't like being wrong that much, and I like putting things together the right way, and so a certain amount of pride goes into the things you build. And also, I got my Wanhao, and that was one of the big things, is I kind of chickened out of building the kit. Like I said, no Wanhao kit, but there were other kits on the market. I could have easily got a kit, but it was scary. And so, and you know how things are sometimes. And so, we don't like doing certain things. Sometimes we're afraid of trying new things because, quite frankly, they can be a little frightening. And so I'm going to come over here, take another quick peek. I've got a cat. Bad cat. And so, if anyone's in the chat or in this watching out there, could you let me know if my volume's working? I can type in a message and basically ask, and so that way we know. And so audio is working. Alright. There we go. Put that right in there. And you guys might not even want the audio to work because, to be honest, I'm kind of rambling through here, so you're probably thinking, come on, just put the thing together. And honestly, that's what I'm thinking too. So, let's get back to it. Alright. Also, screw this in a little more. Get this side. Looks like this part goes up like that. Let me double check. Alright, it does. Also, but that's not on far enough, so I'm going to have to put that nut up a little further. And so, don't need this washer yet. These parts go nice and flush together like so. Alright. And then I get the washer, put it on here, and start the nut. And so, just like so. And so, and I think it goes all the way back here. Can you bring it back here, and tighten this, not tighten, but get it somewhat snug right on there. Alright, it's coming together. There we go. And so, now I can get the digital calipers. Alright. And so from the back there to the end of this one, we want it to be 100. Let me make sure this is zeroed. We want it to be 100. And so I am going to not do that. Loosen this up a little. And so that's 77, that's 82. 90, 100. Let me get a pencil. And so something to mark with. And so 100 right about in here. And so get that marked. And so and it'll stay approximate for now. And so alright. That'll be just right that side of the washer. And so, which should be, alright, I see my mark. Let me check that. And so, from there to there, I need to back it out just a little. And so, but it's really close. And so, alright. Just a couple of turns more, and it should be perfect. Alright, awesome. Okay, it's not perfect. Let's not lie. But that's like a guide map as to what to do with the next one. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab my washers, grab my nuts, and grab my nuts. Make sure. And so put 2 washers on here. now, if anyone's watching, I hope they're enjoying me fumble about putting this together. And so, I know some of the best 3D printers out there are like the Ultimaker and stuff like that, and people show off their amazing prints from those, and no one puts those together except for people from a factory. And so people from a factory do this much quicker than any of us could. So, unless I take that back, any of you are out there working at a factory for a 3D printer place, in that case you can probably put it together rather quickly, I would imagine. And so, alright, and so, got those. And so, alright. And so, next one is a little different because it doesn't have that black part on it. I don't know what that black part is, but other than that, it looks like it's about the same assembly. And so I'll go ahead and put it all together. Hopefully it won't take me as long. Hopefully I learned a lesson and get the nuts on the right side. And so, one second. Alright. Just like this one. Don't hold your bag of nuts upside down because that's how you lose your nuts. I'm sorry, I'm not funny, I know. And so, trust me, my wife tells me all the time I'm not funny. And so, yeah. There we go. Gonna have to just get that one back down. And so, I've heard people have problems with this, with the alignment. I might have to go back in after this is built and realign. And so, I hope not. And so, but I want to get this printing as good as possible, and I might order the MK2S upgrade. And so, it's got the smooth rods, it's got a pinned probe update, stuff like that. They send you the ABS filament in orange to print it out, everything that you need. It's 100 grams. And so, so that's good. If anyone wants to talk or anything, I'm going on a limb and saying I might not be completely alone, but you know, I might be. And so, but you know, it's nice. And so, let's see here. Put this one on, just like the other one. Get a washer, put that there. nut. Put it there. Bring this one back. Alright, it's starting to look like something. And so, bring these up. Get them somewhat lined up right through here. Didn't just use that for lining it up. And I think what matters is when we put on the actual frame. If I'm not mistaken, you know, the Z-axis frame with the Prusa on it, that's what matters. That being in the right spot. I just had a "are you bloody kidding me" moment. But that's okay. And so it's all good. So these are looking right. And so it is 5:20 my time. And so, alright, next little bit is getting the other sides on. And so, getting a little better as we go. 4 nuts left, 4 washers left. Perfect. And so, keep this thing going. Right. Alright. I can maybe I'll edit this together as a time lapse. And it can be to like some sort circus monkey or thinking I'm not good at music, so has anyone seen the movie V for Vendetta? I'm sure you have, and so most people have. So you remember on the talk show where he had the pretend V's on his television show, and they were running around and it was to that music? I feel like this fits, and so just really comical music with possibly a very tragic ending. And so let's hope not. Okay. Yeah? Awesome. So it looks like I move on to the next step. Oh. Alright. Moving on. Okay. And I'm not very good at advertising myself, and so anyone who comes out and watches me, it's greatly appreciated. Any advice that I'm given, greatly appreciated. And so it actually means quite a bit to me. And so we're gonna keep this thing going though. And so we're going to assemble the Y-axis stage rear. And so it looks like more of the same. I'm going to enlarge the picture so I've got a good idea of what I'm doing through here. But it looks pretty simple. And so I think I'm doing like the easy stuff right now. And so let's see here. Taking a look at this. These are the 3D printed parts I have. And so, but they don't look 100% like what I'm looking for, I think. Is that what I'm looking for? Here. It's, you know, better to look twice. Make sure everything is good. Look at my parts here. And so, it's this. That lip going out. And this part up here. Okay. This is the part I'm looking for. And so, I'm gonna hold it up a little. There we go. It looks different in the picture. I consider myself a little bit of an artist, so if y'all want. Okay. And so, you get it. And so, I do art. So does everyone else. But when I see something like a wrong angle, or something like that, like this angle here, in the picture, it's a lot sharper and a lot more noticeable. That sets me off thinking that it's all wrong. And so, we're gonna go back here. Oh my. Get these, and just pour them out. Get these, just pour them out. So, I've gotten lucky so far. I don't think I've screwed up too badly yet. As I screw up, I'm sure. There we go. Towards the middle. In other words, I have a lot of screwing these things onto again. Not only is that exciting, but it's also entertaining, I'm sure. Alright. Can't help but wonder, I don't want to flex these too much, I don't know how, I've never worked with ABS before. I know it's supposed to be fairly tough, a fairly tough material, and I'm sure Prusa used the best material he could find to put these machines together, but at the same time, it's plastic. If I bend it wrong or move these threads wrong because they're hooked together like so, if I do something, I could break them. By the way, I don't want to do that. Like I said, I don't have any of this orange filament. I've got plenty of PLA filament, but printing out new parts. I know you should print out spare parts, and I'll print out the spare parts later. And so, see if I can. If anyone watching or anyone watches later, if you think I print out spare parts later and like completely replace all of the parts it came with, well, as far as the printed parts, what color? What color would you like? I'm thinking like a venom green. What do you think? Like this poisonous looking green. Wouldn't that be cool? I love the orange. I'm not gonna knock the orange. I think the orange is awesome. I had to get the kit with orange because, in fact, I think the kit had a smaller waiting period with the black, I'm pretty sure, because everyone seems to want the orange. I've seen a few people out on Facebook groups with the black printed parts, and so, and like I said, I'm pretty sure they have the files up there where you can download them. Trying to figure out how badly it's screwed up so far. It's looking right, and so but yeah, everyone wants this Prusa, Joseph Prusa orange, and so honestly, if he came out with a green or a purple or a pink, yeah, pink, everyone would want that color because right now they're popular. I mean, I think this is probably the most sought after printer on the market right now. And so, I'm trying to, those are not where they need to be. This one needs to come down. Gotta make sure these line up properly. I don't know how important that is that they're perfectly centered. But I am going to take a look at that and see if it's something that needs to be done. And so, ensure the orientation of the Y motor holder. Okay, so that's what that's for. So, but, okay. I'm hearing voices, and so, and don't take that as though I'm hearing voices. I live next to a baseball field, and I had to pause to make sure that was not my son. And so, however, now that I've said baseball, he'll probably wake up. And so, let's try to get this one pushed out a little bit more. This just doesn't seem. Loosen them up a little and push this one. Oh, right there. Right there. Okay, that's where I want. Also, that is almost exact. Yeah, alright. And I'm not tightening anything too tight yet, and so I'll come through, make sure everything's tight when I feel comfortable doing so. And so okay, Y-axis front stage. Alright. Gonna set this aside right there. I think I'm doing okay. I think. And so be careful. Good. Alright. Awesome. And so more of this fun stuff. Yay. More washers, more nuts. Somewhat centered. So, and I'm sorry if trying to keep conversations going, if and try to make sure there's not too much silence, but you know, I can't keep talking forever. And so, if anyone comes in, or if anyone's already in, they're welcome to talk, welcome to chat. I don't mind taking a break. I am happy with the progress I've made so far. I can see where they're going with it, and so long as I can see, I'm good. And so, that says the guy with the giant prescription for eyeglasses. I have the worst vision. Well, not the worst vision. I'm not completely blind, but oh, I have been. That was not fun. And so, I'm gonna take this one back a little. Like so. Alright. Good? Yeah? Alright. And so, get this. Get this. And so, and this channel isn't just for me embarrassing myself while I put this together. It's for me to embarrass myself doing a bunch of other stuff too. And so, designing things and printing things and designing things and printing things, and maybe some finishing of projects, show you how to paint stuff up and make a project look nice. On my wish list for later is a airbrush kit. That would be really nice, especially for you know, stuff like this guy. Can you see him? I know the light just sucks in this room, doesn't it? I mean, it's that he's like a Warcraft work. And so he's actually, if you look at my page and the banner, you'll see the actual model in there, so if you can take a look. And later on, after I work on getting the channel set up a little more, I'll put out links and you can get good looks at any of the 3D stuff I do. You'll have STLs of the files I do. I'm trying to decide how I want to go about everything here, but that's the general idea. So, got this one, and this one will go nut, like so. Alright. Get it up there, good. Nut. Alright. Washer. Awesome. Alright. I can take a guess at the next part, but I want to look at the picture. So, next part is where it starts looking actually like it's coming together. That's exciting. So, I've been talking a lot. I think I'm about to take a quick break. I'm going to just step out of the room, then step back in. So, get some water for my throat because I'm getting parched. I Should have had water to start with. So, and I've been streaming for about 1 hour now, and so here in about 30, 40 minutes, maybe sooner, I'm gonna wrap it up. And so, but first, I need some water. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And so, and still not too many people in the chat or watching, but we're gonna continue on. So I'm gonna close out the pictures that pop up. So for the instructions, because and if you know Tom's 3D or Tom Salander, no one ever says his name right. Poor guy. And so, you know he didn't follow the instructions, but you know he's also like about 1,000 times more experienced than I am, so, yeah. Okay, so this is what I thought. And so, gotta make sure that's right. Alright. And so, we're gonna say this side is the back side with this pointing out. Alright? So we're going to say this is pointed this way. And so, and of course I need to put more nuts on it. My hands have been all over nuts today. So, more nuts. Okay. More washers. But washers just slide on, so it's not a big deal. It looks like this part is up, if I'm looking at it right, and I am. And so this part goes up, position right here. Alright, screw it a little back a little more, back a little more. Alright. And so I'm gonna just take it back just that tiny little bit more. Gonna take that, Take that. More nuts. More nuts. Alright. Bring it over. Snug it up. We'll tighten everything down later. Oh, there we go. Click this real quick. Then I'll do this side just the same way. Woo. Washer. Alright. Let me see something. Okay. Just making sure. There for a second, thought I screwed up. It's best to be paranoid versus wrong. Alright. So we'll take, I don't think it really matters. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Right through there. Set that up here. Washers. Washers. Okay, and so snug it up again. Nice and cozy. Cozy there. Cozy here. Cozy there. All cozy throughout. Alright. Take this. This one goes on the bottom. Just like so. Alright. Now, I know that this has a pretty decent build plate, but this frame is so small. It's got a low impact kind of vibe. It's not a very big. I gripe about my duplicator a lot. Part of it is the control box is ridiculous. Of course, the power supply and everything else is in there, but I know you can build the power supply onto the frame, but they didn't. And so you've got this big old control box sitting there, taking up space. That's just Ugh. One of the many things that I have issues with that thing, so I don't know. I'm whining, complaining, whatever, and I have no place really, so it's awesome, and it does okay. It doesn't do too bad. And after I mean, like I said, the frame goes on, make sure everything's square up here, and so make sure this is 100 millimeters. I'll be doing all of that, so it's okay if I mess with it just a little bit. Next part is alright, here. And this is angled like that. And so, with the inside being okay. Alright. Let's hope I can. I messed up. Here's what I'm gonna have to do. I hate myself so much right now. So I can take off one of these sides. Alright. Pull it out. Push this one in. And get this one up in here. And redo it because I messed up. That's alright though. Also, it wasn't a terrible mess up. It was a small mess up, right? And so, tighten this thing down. Alright. There and there. Okay, and I'm clearly slipping because I didn't put a washer on. And so there we go. There we go. Snug those up. Snug this up. All right. Alright. Okay. Well, that clearly needs tightening, you can see. But we're gonna... Or is it just that way? It's fairly snug throughout all of it. And so... shouldn't be too bad. And so, I know the frame will stiffen it up, and so you can't expect too much from just a couple of threaded rods and some nuts and washers. And so, but pretty happy so far. And so, I'm gonna actually check this and make sure it's the right distance from everything. So we're gonna go from the inside here, let's try this, inside here to that, from part to part, that's 71. And part to part, that is 69. Down here, 69. Let's see here. Yeah, 69. That's 69.78. And down here, 71. So I want to bring it over just a little this way. Probably not a big deal, but I rather make sure it's good now versus have problems later. Of course. So let's see now. Inside here, 71.46. Inside here, exact opposite. Okay. Taking these over. And if you're wondering, yeah, I'm playing at guesswork. And so alright, one side is 70.5, the other one is 70. 1, and so, or close, so this is really almost center. So we'll do the same with this side, right over here. And so they're probably different cell pieces, so different measurements. This is 66.6. This is, one second, 66.1. So this side, the easier side to adjust, doesn't really need any adjusting. That's fine. This side is good. And so it's looking like it's supposed to. And so alright. Now, next step, I guess. Alright. Preparing for y-axis stage. So I need the y-axis stage and the Prusa i3 frame. Alright. Really? Okay. And so, this, I thought it would jump into, putting the belt on and, maybe the linear rods for the y-axis, but it looks like it's wanting me to put on frame, and for now I'd like to be able to pack stuff down and keep it organized and I'm not ready to have the frame all up there, so and it looks like there's some. I'm going to look at this a little bit more. I'm going to end the stream for now. So I think I've made some good progress to start. So we'll call this part 1, and we'll probably go part 2 tomorrow. So hopefully around 4 o'clock tomorrow. And so if anyone watches this, 4 o'clock Mountain Time, I'll be on here again, doing the next steps. So if I'm not, I'll put up a video message saying that I wasn't able to get the time to do so. Like I said before, my time is kind of tight, and so, but I'll definitely be coming back doing more. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you everyone who watched the live stream, and anyone who watches the upload later. Thank you. And so I'll see y'all later.